fucking money, bud.
It's a game changer.
Yeah. How's this looking? Is it in my face enough?
Should we raise it up a touch?
Spit on it.
Yeah, Hawk 2. Yeah, Hawk 2 girl. She
Yeah.
finally revealed herself.
Is that what we call it? We don't call it Indian style anymore? Indian style, right? How is it racist? Indians sit like that. The Indians. There's no more Indians around. Who's getting offended by this? What about me, though? It's really about me. I am the center of my universe. Can you hear me, Bryn? Hello. Is it me you're looking for? No, you look good.
No.
Like
What? You're supposed to say what belly rolls?
Oh. You're like a rehab 8 right now, girl. Yeah.
She's a rehab 12.
12 minus 4. Don't inflate the ego. If there's
Especially
nobody
with the
else,
Crocs.
if there's nobody else in rehab, 12.
May I offer you a Zen? Is this
I
okay?
This is like flopping.
It seems a little expensive for fucking money.
You're good.
Okay, great.
Doesn't we have to
Fuck what I want, right? It was actually fine.
This happens every time.
Totally not a one-bedroom apartment. What's my bars looking like? My 4G. I'll just get in there because I like doing this. This is like my comfort.
I know. I like doing
thing.
it too.
Yeah, it's like a soothing thing.
All right, we good?
I don't know. Are we good?
Cool.
All right,
go.
Bruno. Can we get a countdown?
3, 2, 1.
And we're here.
All right.
Hey, Lou.
You brought us a very special guest today.
Yeah, it's our. It's a lady.
Ashton.
The first lady.
That is true.
Of
Our first female.
Get a grip. The first lady.
I know, it's exciting. I'm nervous.
Excited to
Me
be
too.
here.
I don't know how to talk to women, so.
I get nervous.
Are you okay?
Too.
I'm okay.
Is everything fine? Are you mad? 'Cause
No,
that's usually
I'm
what
feeling pretty good.
That's usually what I do.
Can we
It's
see your?
actually a little cold, but I mean.
I'm
just
sorry.
like-
Oh.
Can we see your nails really quick?
Of course,
Wow.
they need done though.
Those are
that good?
spectacular.
Those
Should we
are
do a
pretty nice.
close-up?
Those are pretty nice.
Those are awesome.
Okay, so Ashton,
That's me.
we've got a bit of a backstory.
We do.
So
Yeah.
we know each other, not very well. So we met in
Pretty
treatment, right?
Sure
A
did.
couple of
Wait.
years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, we go back.
Well, technically, I really didn't want to break this to you, but like when you first said something, like, "Oh yeah, I knew you from Lighthouse," I was like, I didn't
yeah.
even know.
I didn't know that. I think you guys just
Yeah,
worked together.
that checks out. Though.
I'm sorry.
You're
Yeah,
withholding.
so we went. I mean, but we weren't like kicking it in treatment. I just remember the hair. That's
Yeah.
what I remember.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
real big into chairing meetings. So.
Okay. And then
That's
she
good.
was probably one of the popular kids, and I'm
Yeah.
like in the back, like, how do I get to be one of those kids? You know.
I'm glad you guys got to experience treatment.
So
It's
yeah, we
great.
were in treatment together for a little bit. Didn't really know each other, and then now we both work at the same
Treatment center.
Yeah, it's full circle of life.
I know we got treatment together. Now we're giving
Now
treatment
we're
together.
giving. Yeah.
So you're in recovery.
I am. Yeah, 3
Awesome.
years and 3 months and almost 4 months. So,
Do we
yeah.
clap? What do we do?
Congratulations. Yeah, that's
Let's take
awesome.
a meeting. Yeah. hey,
Congrats.
hey.
That's great.
So Ashton was a bit of a train wreck, right? Like.
Yeah, walk us. I'm
Sure
I'm
was.
excited to hear about some
I
of
know.
this.
I mean, I don't know where you want me to start.
The
like,
beginning, yeah.
I mean, we all played around with drugs, you know.
Yeah,
But
what
when
was,
it got bad?
What was like childhood like? How'd you
Yeah.
grow up?
Childhood.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, family got divorced. My mom and dad got divorced, and then lived with my mom. She was a mess.
She do drugs too.
Yeah.
Are you from Ohio? You're from
I'm from
Columbus?
Ohio. Yeah, a little east of Columbus. But yeah, lived with my grandma a lot, and yeah, I was always had an older boyfriend, you know.
Okay,
sketchy.
Yeah.
one of those party girls.
Yeah.
So when you start doing drugs, like when's the experimenting begin?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, smoked like weed was like when I was like 10 or 11.
Jesus.
Starting young.
You said your mom was a mess with that stuff like in the house.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was alcoholic, but my mom, she did pills and stuff. They were prescribed, but you know,
Yeah.
Xanax is a little too much. You're kind of
Did you ever do
remember
drugs
nothing.
with your mom?
No, she wouldn't even smoke weed with me until I turned 18.
Dang.
It's nice.
So
of
it's
her to
like-
say.
She is an addict with morals.
Nice
Yeah.
of her to wait.
Good for her, man. And then, so mommy and daddy get divorced. Like, how old are you when they get divorced?
I was like 9.
Oh boy, did you care at
Yeah,
the time or
10.
what?
Oh, I was devastated. I was
What-
a daddy's girl, but my dad was an alcoholic, and you know, so.
So who is the lesser of two evils?
Yeah,
Who goes,
that's
like
what
who?
I'm
That's
curious
what, you
about.
know, I think about that sometimes, and it's hard because my dad was alcoholic, but he was like, you know, worked and had the money and did all that. My mom, she did hair and had money too, but like she was more mentally, I feel like I had a lot of more trauma from my mom, like watching the things that she did more than I did my dad, you know?
Was your dad like functioning alcoholic?
He was functioning. He would work and stuff, but he would get aggressive. So, like, him and my mom did fight a lot. But, like, I feel like my mom started it. I mean, that's
She had it coming.
Don't
I'm
say
sorry.
that.
Just kidding. Nobody deserves that.
But-
Yeah, so so mom and daddy, they split.
Mhm.
And then you get to choose who you go live with?
No, my mom got us, and it was a big whole thing, too, because my mom
Custody
got,
battle?
Yes, my mom got, like, my dad's family on her side. So, like, my dad
Wow.
felt like everybody was, like, against him and
Well,
stuff.
he's kind of right. It feels like
Yeah, he
everybody,
was. He was-
everybody
he
was kind
was
of
right.
against him.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is mom doing? What's mom, like, what's she doing? She banging
Yeah.
heroin? She doing,
No, she never did nothing like that. She did smoke meth.
Yeah.
And that was a big rumor around when I was in high school, too, because my friend was my mom's best friend's daughter. So, like, we were a month apart.
Mhm.
And it wasn't planned together, but they were best friends. So her mom knew a lot about what my mom did and stuff. Well, I guess she said something about my mom smoking meth, and then the friend heard it, my friend, and
Yeah.
then came to school and told people, like, oh, Ashton's mom's da-da-da.
And this is in high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
High
And that's
school.
after I already had, like, my pictures, my naked pictures sent around. So
Oh, boy.
I know.
In high school?
Middle school.
Middle school. Gee, many
Yeah.
Christmas. All right, time out.
So seeds, at this point, I mean, just based on the little information we have, seeds are being planted and you're veering off in the
Right.
wrong
And you know,
direction
don't get
at
me
a
started
young
because
age.
I already feel like I was put in a bad situation. I had a bad hand dealt
It's
to
a
me.
bad
You're
lot
behind the
here,
eight ball
yeah.
to start.
Yeah.
All right, so what kind of high school are you going? Like, what's your role in high school? You a
Yeah.
nerd? You a geek? What
I
are
was like
you?
a hippie for sure. The hippie, like, I always hung out with the skaters and the smokers, you know. Definitely a bad kid.
Bad kid. And then, like, did you ever get in trouble in school?
I mean, yeah, I did, but I never really got suspended, never got expelled or nothing like that because I never fought at school. I never did nothing crazy, but I would get, like, in-school suspensions and stuff like that, but nothing too crazy.
You said you started smoking weed at 10.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I, like, hit it a couple times, but, like, smoking regularly was probably, like, 12.
So what's the escalation of drug use and alcohol use look like? You're hanging out with the hippies and the skaters. You're smoking. You're a bad girl, so to speak. Like freshman year to senior year. You graduated?
No.
You did
Not
not
yet.
graduate.
No, I
Not
dropped
yet.
out in junior year.
Why'd you drop out?
Because I was doing online school and a lot of stuff. But so my high school situation was in middle school. I was like in 8th grade, I was 15 and my boyfriend was 18, and so that's a bad start. You know, everyone already kind of had like. You know, labels
They're
and
saying
judgments
things,
about
yeah.
me. And then going into high school, I really didn't have any friends that were in my grade at all. So the only friends I had were seniors as a freshman or out of school. So there's that. And, I just smoked and skipped class. And, you know, I barely went to school. So truancy got on us a lot.
Okay.
And then they had a computer school through my district. So I did that for a while. And then that they were getting on to me because I wasn't making the hours and stuff still. So then they kicked me off. I did ECOT, and then I was just like, yes,
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I started working when I was 16, and then like,
Where'd you
shortly
work?
after that, Sonic.
Oh, okay.
I was
Okay.
Burger
skating.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
always
yeah,
the
I
cop
forgot- I
out
forgot
is the
they had
burger
I forgot they
place.
had like the roller skate people.
Wait, were you one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
was
you-
making killer tips too, and this was probably I was making like $12 an hour, and then I was getting tips on top of that.
What
it
year
wasn't
was
big
this?
tips, you know, just little tips every
Well, for
now
a
and then.
16-year-old
But
kid,
still,
yeah,
that's
Yeah,
I
that's
was
good enough.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, fuck school.
Who needs it? I'm
Who
good.
needs school? I'm
I
making
got my
$12
weed.
an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah.
I'm good. I got my
Yeah, got a
18-year-old
job.
boyfriend. We good. Let's talk about that. I never understand like why girls always go for older dudes. Like,
Hey.
I guess I get why. but,
Daddy
like,
issues.
Daddy issues.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
there's got to be something behind that
Yeah.
that leads you down that
I
road.
think it was honestly because I like wanted the attention from somebody, you know, and then I don't know. Actually, I will give the exact scenario of how I got with the 18-year-old at 15.
Perfect.
My current boyfriend at that time was like fighting with me, like getting really like loud with me. We were sitting out in the parking lot, and he was getting loud with me and kind of like hovering over me. And then the guy was like walking, and he came up and was like, "Hey man, watch out!" So I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, he was the savior.
My savior.
He was the
Captain
savior.
Save-a-ho. Man,
Yeah.
so nobody ever
That's
like
so romantic.
gave the guy shit for dating him because like that's weird, right? 18,
Yeah, but then my
15?
Is it
mom
illegal?
let it happen. It was just like,
Yeah,
mom
and your
was
mom was
not-
cool with it.
yes.
Okay.
Like, someone called the police on us because obviously he's 18 and
weird.
I'm fucking 15. And my mom, like, consented, man.
She said no, it's cool.
It's all good.
I mean, yeah, that is how
He's
it
a
works.
great guy.
Yeah.
He
Parents
really
say it's okay, it's
stepped in
okay.
and defended her honor.
Mm-hmm.
So was the other kid like a high school boyfriend?
He was a little bit older, too. He was my cousin's friend, but he was
25.
in school still.
Okay, so
He
that's
was
good.
in
All
school.
right, all right. So yeah, then you're like in high school, drop out, and then like where does life go after
There's
that?
there's got to be a nasty turn in here somewhere.
Okay, so the 3 year, or how many years is that? Yeah, about 5 year difference, boyfriend, I say. Because I was like 14, he was 18, so about 4 years, whatever. And
You drop out.
I drop out, but I was still dating that guy. So I dated him all through my high school years.
Okay.
And I met my daughter's dad through him. They were friends.
Did he come rescue you from
And-
a fight too?
No, but he was the drug dealer, you know, like
Yeah.
the main guy. And then we like sold little stuff from him. But, you know, he was like our plug.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I always had a crush on him, and like my boyfriend knew it. And
Did you have a crush on him because you liked him or because of his like status?
I don't know. I feel like it's because of him, because I remember like when I first seen him, and he was like just his energy and just how he was. You know, he was just really goofy and funny, and like I don't know, I was drawn to it, and he was cute. And
what's he
was the
selling?
drug
Like
dealer.
what's his what's his
Coke and meth.
Okay.
Meth was really big. That's what we sold, was meth. So
so you're buying, selling, like stepping on it,
mhm.
and then
Well, mostly just doing it and then
Doing
selling.
most
We
of
were
it.
like supporting our habit, is what
Okay.
it
So
was.
how old are you when you get into meth?
15.
golly, girl.
Yeah, so
Damn.
I lied. I think I was actually 13 when I got with the 18-year-old.
Okay.
And then by time I was 15, he was like, what, 20? Yeah, he was 20. Because when I was 16, he was 21, I think.
Okay.
And yeah. So.
And you started using meth at 15.
Yeah.
Did you like meth?
Not really.
I didn't
no.
either. I used it 3 times. I
Yeah.
remember, and I hated it every single time.
The one like I did it one time, and then 3 days later I'm in a for the first time, and I'm in a mental institution.
Damn.
Against
I
my
like
will.
sleep,
Yeah.
me personally,
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
it never really. I don't know. I always was a
Mm.
downer guy.
Yeah, I'm a downer girl,
Downer.
too. But
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
are.
I'll do it all.
Yeah, whatever.
I-
exactly.
Yeah, definitely. I could go to sleep on meth and crack. I could
Oh, my.
smoke and then
I've
go
met
right
people
to
like
bed.
that. And I don't understand.
I
that.
could eat and everything.
Bang one. Like the only way I'm doing that is if I've got something to come down off of.
Mm.
First time I did meth, I shot it, of course, right? And
That's
then
nice.
like
That's
I within 30 seconds I've experienced every human feeling you could possibly feel. Like I was sweaty, I was cold,
Yeah, I
I
know.
pissed myself a little bit. It was just it was rad. And like I hated it, but like I kept doing it because I had it. It was,
Right, because
yeah,
it's
I
there.
found it.
So why would you not?
Yeah, why would I not?
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask, because you said the first time I ever did it, I ended up in a mental hospital. I was like, but it didn't scare you off, though.
No, it did not.
No,
no.
that would never be enough.
I was like,
It's
well,
you
it's
know.
like something to do, right?
That's never enough.
Something to do.
So you're using meth at 15.
You smoking it, snorting it? How-
Smoking and
Okay.
snorting and hot railing. That was really big.
What is hot railing?
It's
Oh,
like when
bud.
you get the end of a glass or metal, pipe, yeah, and then
Like a
you
bubble?
just like snort it, but it's hot. It's so hot that it melts it, and it comes out as smoke. So like
Oh.
you snort the smoke, but then it like you blow it out, and it's like
That's trippy. So yeah, you get the
I
pipe
never-
hot,
Yeah.
you go over the line,
Yep.
it's
You
burning it up.
Mm-hmm.
Pub. Yeah.
Hot railing.
Hot
Yeah.
rail. You never heard of that?
No.
Man. Yeah, it's
I'm learning new
the,
stuff.
the kids were doing it. That was like
At 15.
that was like a trend back in
Holy
the day.
moly.
Yeah.
So walk us down this
Right.
road.
Okay.
15, meth. You've got
Yeah,
this
I just met
drug
my-
dealer boyfriend.
The baby
Right.
daddy,
Right. So I met my baby dad.
and he's
through
the father
him.
of your children?
child.
The one that I
Child.
met through my boyfriend at that time.
Yes, the drug dealer.
It is
yeah.
my daughter's dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I met him, and we were hanging out, all of us and stuff. And then finally, I was, I think, like 16, 17, and I was like, man, I'm done with him. And we broke up, and then I wrote the guy that's my daughter's dad, and I'm not name dropping, as you can see.
Good. It's good.
And yeah, I wrote him, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "I've always had a thing for you."
Like in
wrote him a letter?
text or
No,
like
text.
a pigeon?
Okay,
Sorry,
text.
no,
Okay.
I didn't call my dove or my pigeon to come send
Okay.
it.
And then what do you say? Like, hey, I'm that chick that buys meth from you every now and
He
again.
knew who I was.
Okay.
He knew who I was. We were friends.
Okay.
And everybody knew I had a crush on him. It was no surprise, no secret. But
What's your boyfriend do though? Like when you're like.
Did he know that I? Yeah, he
Well, I
knew.
know. Yeah, he said he knew, but like, is he like gelling a bit or like? He's like,
He
whatever.
may have, but he was our plug. So like, what's he gonna do?
So does
you
he
know?
doll you up to go see the plug?
I
and-
mean, no,
Oh,
he wouldn't. Like
God.
he would be a little like weird when it was around. Like he wouldn't leave us by ourselves, even though. Yeah, but
Oh, what an uncomfortable spot to be
That's
in.
such a weird, yeah.
That poor
My
guy.
lady, she's just not that into you.
Holy shit.
poor
Um,
guy, he's a freaking.
So you
freak.
you're all right. So you're like you reach out to the plug,
Mhm.
and then does he reply back?
Well, of course, he was like, "Yeah, I'll come get you right now." And then we hung out that night, had sex, obviously, and then actually we just were inseparable ever since then.
Man,
And then,
So you move in with this gentleman.
well, he didn't really have a place.
Okay, so you're like running the streets with this guy, homeless.
Well, I was living with my dad at that time,
Okay.
and then I would just like go hang out with him. I mean, he lived with his friend, but it wasn't like his house, so I would just go hang out with him and then go home and back and forth. But
so I've got a question. So your dad, you're obviously a Caucasian female,
I am.
and is this? I've seen your kid.
Mhm.
She's obviously mixed with something. So I'm assuming this guy's a black guy.
Mhm.
What's it like when you're like, Daddy, I'm dating a black guy?
Yeah, so that was. I mean, he's not like racist, but he do be saying little prejudice things,
Drops an M-bomb every now.
How old is he?
My dad, he was born in '69.
All right.
He's a
Vietnam.
good old boy.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, so when I actually had them meet, because this is when I was pregnant, I was like, Dad, this is my daughter.
That's when he first met
I was pregnant, yeah.
Wow.
I know.
What an intro, right?
Yeah, I know.
So do
Jesus.
you tell Dad like what his job is? Like what's his job?
I honestly can't remember how that came about. I think my dad probably just didn't ask because he knew.
It's like the military. Don't ask, don't
Right.
tell. Yeah.
But that was fine. I mean, and then after, so we ended up, we got our place together, me and my daughter's dad.
And you're pregnant.
No, I'm not pregnant yet.
Okay.
So this is after we meet, we hang out, we're inseparable, we're always hanging out together. Then we end up getting a place together. And then that's going good for a while. I mean, he's talking to girls and I freak out and then I'd throw a phone or something crazy. And then he ended up starting putting his hands on me too. Almost killed me on my 18th birthday.
Let's talk about that.
Do you mind telling that story?
I'll tell the
Yeah,
story.
tell it,
So
girl.
we got a hotel for my birthday. We was down swimming.
What
and
kind of
chilling.
hotel? Were you
Just
at
a hotel.
a
Just a
Days
room.
Inn, a Motel
Yeah, we
6?
I
talked
can't
about
remember
Hilton.
exactly what. It wasn't nothing like super fancy, but it was probably like a.
I just know for me that was always like the pinnacle. Like if I could afford a hotel room I was
Hotel room?
using, it was like the best thing ever.
Right, I know. But it had a pool. I remember that. I can't remember exactly
Okay.
which one it was, what branch. But yeah, we went swimming and stuff, and then I can't remember what brought up the fights and stuff, but he just started going like getting upset, and then I was like trying to leave, and I remember he like pulled me out the doorway and then like choked me out, and I completely passed out like.
So he took you out of consciousness.
Yes, that's why I said he almost killed me on my
Bro.
birthday. And then I woke up and like I was on the floor and I like sit up and he's just sitting in a chair and I'm like, I'm gonna die right now.
What happened?
I'm gonna die.
What does this do to your
And then-
mental state? Like where does this take you? You're using drug. Where does it lead you? I mean,
right.
that's
Well, this
terrible.
is all before I've gotten into like. So I did meth while I was selling it, and that was only for like a couple month period. Like after like we quit selling it, I quit doing it. And it wasn't nothing like, oh, I need to have it. I need to have it. I just did it because we had
You
it,
had
and
it.
it was fun.
Something to do.
So then I got with my baby dad, and all this happened. I'm not using any drugs other than like smoking or maybe popping a pill every now and again, like for funsies and stuff. But I really didn't start doing drugs until after my brother committed suicide. So that was, I
Man.
mean, but it wasn't nothing like correlated to where I was like, oh, this is why I'm doing it. But now looking back, it was like 3 months after
It
he
makes
did it.
sense.
You know what I mean? It was like I was in a really low place, and it just happened to.
So I didn't even know about your brother thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you cool to talk about that?
Yeah.
All right, what happened?
Yeah, how
What
old
did
was
do
he?
it?
What?
So
was-
me and him are 10 years apart. He's my dad's son. So
Okay.
my mom, not we
So
have
he's like
different
half
moms.
brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's
Were you
my
guys
brother.
close?
But yeah, we were close. He was 10 years older than me, so he's 88. I'm 98, and
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
we
you're
were really
young.
close. 26.
26. Holla.
But yeah, we were close, but he moved to West Virginia and we would talk randomly and stuff. But after my mom and dad got divorced, he would still come and see me and my sister at my mom's house and stuff. Like, he kept in contact with us. And then he moved to West Virginia with this lady. She had kids. He was playing like the father figure. He had no kids of his own.
He was doing well.
Yeah, he was doing well. He was an addict also, but he was clean at this time when he moved out there.
Okay.
And, so he was clean. Well, then they got into it, and he came back, and then that's just where it all went downhill. And he was living with my dad after I moved out, and then I had my daughter and stuff, and he was still living there. Then he started hanging out with friends that he used to use with, like, 10 years prior,
Yeah.
and they started using, and then he used to do heroin, but then this second time he got into drugs, he was doing meth, and it had him all fucked up. So he was like thinking people were after him. He went to my dad's house one night and had this blank piece of paper, and he was like, look, they wrote a note on it saying they're gonna come kill me, it's covered in blood. And my dad's like,
Oh man.
Bruh.
no.
I'm assuming he'd been up for days.
Yeah.
I bought him a cell phone. He fucking threw it in the river because he thought it was tracked. Like, it was all bad.
Meth is wild.
Meth is wild.
It is. It is. Then he got into a rehab. I don't remember which one, and got clean. They helped him get an apartment, and I think he was like almost a year clean, and he was living by himself in this apartment. Killed himself, man.
Just out of nowhere.
In sobriety.
In sobriety, yeah. I don't know the backstory because after he got clean, we didn't talk as much. We'd catch up every now and again, but he never like said anything like was going on, or sad. But the night he did it, he called my dad, his mom, and his grandma, and nobody answered the phone.
Ooh.
I know. And then I guess they didn't even find him for like weeks, so they don't even know exactly what day it was that he killed himself.
How'd he do it?
Huh?
How'd he do it?
He hung himself in the
Man.
bathroom.
I'm sorry.
That's rough. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Where do we go from here?
Whoa, back to that.
All right, so that tragedy takes place, and you said that's when things started to
Yeah,
get
so
ugly
my
for
baby
you.
dad and me had split. He actually left me in the middle of the night while I was pregnant. I know, I just found out I was pregnant.
Were you using while you were pregnant?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, this is all still rewind. Okay?
Yeah.
So me and my baby dad get a house together, and we're living together. Everything's fine. I get pregnant like twice, but I miscarry both of them, and this is all within like a 1.5 year time frame. So like I had a miscarriage. A few months later, I had another miscarriage. So I'm like devastated. I mean, I always knew like I have cysts in my ovaries. So like my gynecologist did say like it would be harder for me to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Right. So when
Right.
those 2 times happened, I was like, well, fuck, I'm just, whatever. So I didn't really care. I was like, we were having sex, I'm protected, because if I got pregnant, that'd be fucking awesome and cool, even though I'm young.
You wanted
and not,
a kid.
I mean, I've always wanted to be a mom, yeah, but obviously not that young. But I don't know. I just wasn't thinking, I guess. I was like, fuck, I can't get pregnant.
Yeah,
The
it's not gonna
doctor
work
told me
anyway.
I can't
It's
get
not gonna
pregnant
work
twice.
anyway.
It happened. Well, it happened. And then I took the test and it was positive, and I went and told my baby dad, and he was like, okay, but we didn't really, neither of us took it seriously because what had happened 2 times.
Yeah.
So, a couple of weeks later, and I get into my 2nd trimester, and I'm like still pregnant, and we're like, well, shit, this might be serious. And a couple of days later, he fucking wake up and he's gone.
And he's gone. He just Dear John you, huh?
Packed up his shit and went to California. Because he asked me if I would go with him, and I'm like, I mean, that'd be fun, but, like, I'm pregnant,
Right, like,
and I
what
don't
are you
have
talking
any,
about?
like, family out there. I don't know
Yeah.
any.
What are we gonna
This
do?
makes
out
no
there?
Yeah.
sense.
So he just fucking jumped and went. So
And then you're at a place that you both had at this point, and then now he's gone.
You're by
yeah,
yourself.
I broke the lease. I moved in with my grandma.
Okay.
Had my daughter, living with her. Then my baby dad,
He's back.
he's back. We get a place together, but we weren't together. We were like living together so that it would help me work. He'd watch Azara while I'm working.
For the kid's sake.
Yeah. So
Is he still drug dealing at this time?
Yes.
Man.
Yes. And I was working at a call center, and everything was going good. Well, he was selling drugs actually out of my apartment, and the police came and took him because he had a warrant. So he went to jail, and I was like, this is my way out. You know, because he was still, like, we'd still fight. You know, we'd still be abusive and stuff. So I was like, yes. Like,
I'm free at last.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, I guess I was just in my hot girl era, and I was just out here being a little hoe. And my baby dad found out, wasn't very happy about it. When he got out of jail.
How long did he do?
Like a year and a half.
Okay.
Ooh.
So he went to prison.
No, just jail. He was
county
in
jail for a year and a half. Good
yeah,
Holy
I know, in the
shit.
Pike for a fucking year and a half. Ugh. So I would take my daughter to see him after he got out, and one day I dropped her off because usually I'd stay like and hang out. Well, I dropped her off because I had to go run errands, and when I came back, all hell broke loose. He's like, you're talking to my cousin, or you fucked my cousin, or whatever, and I did, but I was denying it hard. I was so denying it, and then he fucking choked me out in front of my daughter.
Again with the choke out.
Many times with the choke out.
God,
but
bud.
yeah. So he's sitting in the back seat choking me from behind the seat. My daughter's right next to him. My head's like right here, and I'm looking at the top like, okay, I'm gonna die
This
again.
is it.
And I'm like pushing my foot on the horn because his cousins are fucking sitting right there, and they all just like look over at us, and then they go back to the conversation, and the
Back to what they're
horn's just
doing.
going off. I'm fucking laying back here like being choked out.
Just dying slowly.
Right, nothing to see here. And then he finally lets me go and gets out of my car, and I fucking skirt off. And she hasn't seen him since.
Yeah. So when do you kick this guy? When do you kick this guy to the curb?
That was the time.
That was it.
That was it.
So he's gone now. Or
For now.
Okay.
To be continued.
And so we're moving on.
Right.
Past this terrible
Situation.
I mean, everything you just told
I
us
know.
is
That's what I'm saying
It's
here.
pretty, yeah, it's pretty
terrible.
It's pretty
fucked
bad.
up.
But clearly it's not the end
Right,
of your
it's
story.
not the end,
So
not at
where
all.
do we go from here now that he's out of the picture?
So living with my grandma, I have a little baby.
How old's
Hanging
your
out.
kid?
She's at that time she was like a little over a year.
Okay.
Well, she was probably about 2 because he did that year and a half in jail, and then this was after that. So she was almost 2, if not 2.
Okay.
And so I'm living with my grandma and just working and stuff. Then I move in with my friend from middle school, high school. We rekindled, and we are stripping together.
Oh, okay.
You're a stripper.
Where are we?
I was a
Wow.
I did not even know this either.
I'm full of little
Where
hidden
are we
gems.
stripping at?
I was at Columbus Gold, Dollhouse, and that's it.
So, okay.
Tell us about the
Yeah,
stripper
like what's
life,
the psychology
please.
behind the stripper?
Listen, I'm gonna expose myself. I've never been to a strip club.
Okay.
Never.
Never.
No.
They're,
Oh my
And
God.
here's my reasoning: is like, I can't touch,
yeah.
and like, so what's the point? I mean, I understand that there are places where
Mm-hmm.
you can, but like, to me, it's like, why am I gonna give
know.
you money when I can't? Because they're just playing guys. Like you're just playing guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hustling.
literally.
And I know that, so why the hell am I gonna play that game? Like,
It's smart.
do you know what I mean?
It's
so
really smart.
Please walk me through the
So let's go
stripper.
day one of like, okay,
How
yeah,
did
we're
this
gonna
even
become
come about?
strippers.
She was stripping.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Money's good.
yeah, come do
Yeah.
it with me. It's fun. She was like, and I would feel more comfortable, like, having a friend there. She's like, because the girls are bitches, yada, yada, and I'm more, like,
Yeah,
like,
you-
stick up for my
you're
friends.
like a
I'm
nice
more
duo. You guys-
outspoken. You
Yeah.
know, she's, like, sweet and nice, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to let this happen. If something ain't right, I say something. So she was kind of like, hey, come with me to, like, back me up. It's good money. You know, whatever. And then it's working at night, so my aunt can watch my daughter while we're, you know, it was
All
she
checking
sold it.
out.
It was,
Yeah, yeah.
I
it was
get
good.
it.
Sold her the
I get
dream.
it.
But I am shy, so I was nervous about that.
And
but,
then are we going, because they're topless and there's full body, right? What are you in?
Yeah, just tell us about the
well,
whole thing.
My first one ever was Columbus Gold, and they were, you could take your top off, but
Yeah.
you have to have pasties on.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. That's as far as you could go. Yeah, it was pretty much just playing people, and that's actually where I met my sugar daddy that didn't even want sugar, so it was like a good bet for me.
Damn.
I
What,
know.
okay, so I'm curious about, like, day one.
Yeah, I want to hear.
What's-
I want to hear.
Are you terrified?
A
Yes.
day in the life of a stripper.
All right, so do whatever you're doing all day. Then we would go in you can go in whenever, but we would go in late. We wouldn't work all day.
Do
'Cause that's
the
fucking
do
boring.
the better strippers get like different treatment? Like
Yeah, for sure. There was one girl who she would come in like right at midnight, stay for an hour, and leave. Wouldn't have to tip out certain
Okay.
people because you have to tip out the DJ, you have to tip out the bouncers, you have to tip out the house mom.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there's a few people you're giving money out to. Well, if you're a higher like
Yeah,
ranked stripper,
Right.
How do you get to that status? Like, what makes you
Make
making
the
the
most
money,
money.
yeah,
like you draw people?
huh?
Like you're drawing people in. Like, oh, I'm here to see Cinnamon.
Yes, that's how. Yeah. So if
Oh.
you have more regulars, or like when she walks in, everyone's like,
I want to
"Oh,
go see
there's
her.
the bit." Like, yeah,
That's
it was
the-
very obvious that she was like the higher up of the group.
Okay. So you're stripping. Tell us about
Yeah.
it.
So my first day, I was nervous as hell, and she was like, "Just you have to like do an interview, like a regular job, and you have to like dance in front of the house mom and like the main people."
Yeah.
Like just dance for
It's a
them
small
to see if
audience.
you're good enough to be a stripper there. So that was interesting and
Wow.
very ugh.
And what do you do? Like, are you a dancer anyway? Can you dance? Period. You have.
I mean, I can
rhythm?
like sexy dance, yeah, but like not. I don't know. It was really hard to like get a whole because you have to.
You don't like salsa or tango.
No.
No,
She- okay.
I'm not doing the
No.
bud.
But you have to you have a song, so that's like a couple minutes there where you have to like fill that whole time with
The
dancing
whole
and like
song,
trying
man.
to draw people into the
Trying to be,
stage
like,
while you're
sexy.
up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was really hard to like get into it. But once I did it, it was cool. My favorite thing was just talking to the people. I hated getting up on stage. I hated everyone being like looking at me and I have to look at them looking at me, and it was
Yep.
just like too much pressure. I liked walking around and talking.
And socialize. What's your strip song? Like, what's your?
Oh, well, at Columbus Gold, you couldn't pick specific songs. Or no, Columbus Gold, you could pick specific songs, but Dollhouse, you couldn't. You just had to tell them, like, a genre or, like,
And I-
and then they'd put it on, like,
Whatever.
I think
randomize
the
it.
question we all want to know is what's your stripper name?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh, okay. It's not like Diamond or.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
I guess her name is
True to
kind
life.
of unique
Ashton, yeah.
anyway, Ashton.
But
yeah.
everyone was always like, that's kind of, like, not good. Because if you get stalkers, like, that's
They can
your
find
name.
you.
That's
Yeah.
it's a real name. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, rookie mistake.
man.
But hey, it worked out for me fine because, like I said,
What kind of money do you make?
well,
on a
it was
good night?
different. I made $1,000
In a night?
Uh-huh.
Man.
But I've also made $0 and had to tip out still, and that fucking sucks.
That's the one.
What's you in
Yeah.
negative?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't
I'd
like,
go
they
in-
still have to be tipped out regardless, right?
mhm.
That's some bullshit.
What?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I think it'd be like they would let you slide. Like if they knew you didn't make no money, like you wouldn't have to tip out the bouncers. But if you, but you would have to tip the DJ and the house mom because that. But yeah, it was a whole science behind it.
Wow.
Damn.
So what is this stripper world? I mean, you're in this. I'm assuming it's like a different world.
I mean, me and her were living the fucking life, though. We did anything we wanted to do during the day. We were going shopping. We were going to
yeah.
the zoo. We were going to all kinds of stuff. Anything we wanted to do. Then at night, drop my daughter off and go
Yeah.
dance.
I've
Go to
heard
work.
that cycle's really hard to break.
I was going to say, but that's why I started doing a lot of Percocet because my body was so tired.
Of just like being on the go.
Yeah,
doing the
and just
stripping
being
thing?
sore from dancing. I'd have bruises on my legs. Like it's a really it's a workout.
Yeah, I'm
Really?
the pole.
And
Right.
that
okay.
and yeah.
Man.
So
So ripping perks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you said you popped pills previously, but now we're like seeking out
Every day.
Percocet.
Yeah,
day,
every
yeah.
day taking Percocets.
Are we talking perk 30s or
Perk 30s, anything, but definitely 30s. Yep, and I was snorting them. But yeah, I was doing those like every day. And then the one night I got robbed outside a dollhouse, and I called my.
was it by a client? Was it somebody who was in the strip club?
It was a girl,
Oh.
Oh.
but it wasn't a girl who was a dancer, but. I'm thinking it was set up from another
Somebody
dancer
that
or
they knew,
something.
yeah.
I don't know who she was, but it was definitely a girl, and yeah, she took my shit.
Gunpoint?
No,
No.
yeah.
Knife.
no, just
Give me
some
your shit.
strong words.
Yeah.
No, she took my shit, and then I don't know. She ran off and got in the car and fucking she snatched my
Oh,
shit.
so it was like
my
a-
whole
Like
bag.
a
It was
hurt
like
and pass.
run
that's what I'm
type
saying.
deal.
She knew I was leaving,
Yeah, yeah.
and I
Knew
don't
you
know
had
who the girl
money.
was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely set up because Dollhouse is a different breed. I should have stayed at Columbus Gold.
Dollhouse in like the hood, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Dollhouse?
I think it's where was it? It's on
Carl, I
is it yeah,
think,
it's up
or-
north.
Yeah, it's up north. Yeah,
Okay.
Morris and stuff. But
Okay.
So I got my money stolen from me, and then I called one of my tricks, and he sells drugs. Well, apparently he fucking does them too. So he picks me up, and he's fucking smoking his shit off of foil, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, oh, it's fentanyl. And I'm like, he's like, you want some? I was like, no, thank you. And I was like, but can you get some perks? And he's like, let me see. He called his people. He's like, no, they're out. So I'm just got robbed. I'm on my way home, and I'm like, man, I get all the way to my fucking house. I'm about to get out of the door of his car, and I'm like, matter of fact, let me get a little bit of that.
Let me try
One
some of that fentanyl
time.
afterwards.
So he gave me a little bit. I go inside. I do a little bump. I go to pee. Fucking wake up. My phone's shattered on the floor. My fucking face is in my lap.
Overdose?
I was like, I'm doing it again.
I need more of that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was all downhill from there.
And then
What's downhill look
yeah,
like?
what's downhill? That's good.
I mean, it started slow. Like, I had the one bag that he gave me for like 2 weeks.
So you're not getting sick at this point? You're not getting like withdrawing?
No, so I was doing, I'd do like a bump. I would, instead of taking a perk 30, I would just do a little tiny bump.
Okay.
So that would get me good for a couple hours. And then, it turned into, okay, now I kind of want to nod out. So I'm going to do a little more after work, and just went to that. And then I would do a bunch when I was getting my tattoos done, so I wouldn't feel them. And it was like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep doing it. And then I'd do more. And then I would just try to do a little bit, and I'd still be sick. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yep. They
This
Got a
is-
problem.
Yep, this
We
is
got a
not-
problem,
Got her.
Houston.
Yeah. So I tried to do just perks, and then they were cut with fentanyl, so it wasn't no better.
What
you
year
know?
was this?
This was 19, 18. I think I was 18.
So more recently. Different ball game
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
at least what I experienced.
When were you using?
2009 to 2016.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I like there was still real heroin.
Yeah,
around
there was
then.
not. I don't think black tar heroin, I only seen it like a handful of times. Like, never seen.
See, that's all I used to get.
So you're like, she's
Yeah.
like Gen X of
Yeah,
fentanyl.
yeah.
you know?
Gen X,
Yeah.
Gen X
Fentanyl.
addict.
Man. So you almost died. Got to get more. Now you're hooked.
Yeah.
Are we
I'm
seeing
like-
consequences? I mean, obviously,
At that point,
you've
no.
seen consequences.
Oh,
I mean, you've
yeah.
had a lot of shit happen. Legal consequences, anything like that
No,
take
I
place?
like really stayed under the radar, like legally, like
Never been
until-
arrested.
until I got clean. Like this that's what
Until
got
you
me
got
clean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I stayed under the radar. I never got in trouble. I've been pulled over. I'd had pistols in my fucking pants. Like I was with a dude.
Do you like woo the cops? Are you like do you like
Bat your
flirt with them and like
eyelashes?
bat your eyes and
So no, but I think they just think I'm so innocent and sweet. I don't like flirt or like try to be sweet, but I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm a little girl from a little east of Pataskala town, little small town.
and it worked?
Huh?
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Wow.
worked.
Right now.
After I started doing fentanyl, then I was just hanging out with a bunch of drug dealers and stuff. But I met stripping. I had met that sugar daddy that I was talking about at Columbus Gold. He let me and my daughter move in with him because me and my friend, the girl who got me stripping, I was watching her dog while she was on vacation, and it got hit by a car.
Oh, the dog died. What a shitty friend.
How dare you?
I didn't do
What a
it.
shitty friend.
I didn't do it. I was trying to let the dog out to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
and it fucking went under the fence, ran right out in the road, and got smacked.
Well, the
I gotta level with you. I'd be pissed if I was the owner of that
the
dog.
dog?
Yeah.
Well, this is where we end up.
and like so you guys, what happens? Are you guys cool after that?
I mean, she comes back from vacation, and it's like very weird.
And then like I'd have buried the dog and said the dog ran away. That's just
well,
me.
the lady
That's
who
a good
fucking
idea.
hit the dog
That's actually a good
called
idea.
her.
Oh, they knew. Oh, they were.
Yeah,
sucks for
and then
you.
she called me like, my fucking dog, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I look outside, and I'm like,
Oh, your
it's not there.
fucking dog is on
Jesus.
flattened on the road
Good
right now.
God.
I know, it's
the.
bad.
Oh, you got a sugar daddy.
Yeah, imagine the
stripping.
sugar daddy's like feeding you cash to like.
And he
You're
wants
moving in
nothing.
with
He
them.
didn't even know that. He didn't even know I was using, and
And he wants nothing from you.
no,
Like
he-
physically.
Just your time.
it's a so sad story. The butterfly tattoo I have on my chest.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, oh, it reminded me of my daughter, and da 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 da.
Oh.
Oh, this
So
is
like
sick.
he just wanted companion, like just
Okay.
to hang
All
out.
right,
with.
one of those. Okay.
You got
Mhm,
daughter
so-
issues.
I lived with him and his like 40-year-old son, and he was a piece of shit. The dude was a retired surgeon, so he had money and lived in New Albany. And I drove his Lexus anywhere I wanted to go. I got $80 like anytime I fucking wanted it. I was gonna say it was weekly at first. Like I got to stay with him, use his car, and like $80 weekly. But then it was like a little like $80 every
I'm
2
doing
days.
more fentanyl now, so
Yeah.
Do you think being a female and doing what you did stripping, like, and your ability to like connect with men kept you out of trouble? Because you always had someone there to like
I
feed
didn't
you
have
money
to rob
or like
people.
put you.
I didn't have to steal and like what's it called? When you get the metal and stuff, junking or whatever.
Oh, scrapping.
Scrapping, that.
Scrapping.
You didn't have to do any of that.
You didn't do
I
that.
never had to do it. Yeah.
So you weren't in those situations where you had to commit crimes that put you in danger of going
No,
to jail.
just moral crimes.
Right.
Just some shame and guilt.
That's fair.
Consequences.
I guess that's fair. It's a fair trade-off.
All right, so yeah, you're with the sugar daddy.
You're living with him.
Living with him, like living the best life.
Living the best life. He takes me to Florida for my birthday.
God, and then like you're strung out at this point, right?
I take some stuff with me to Florida.
You flying
thinking
over there?
Yep,
Ooh,
thinking
girl.
it'll last me.
Where'd you
I
put it
even
on the
brought-
flight? How did you hide it?
No.
No.
Baby powder, little travel size baby powders, and I just dump all the baby powder out, wash it out, and fucking fill it with fentanyl.
God, man. Like, man,
How much fucking fentanyl
Well,
are
I
you
wouldn't
putting?
really fill it all the way,
I was
but it
gonna
would have a
say.
good amount in there. But I mean, that's what I would use.
and that's it. And no,
That's
no
it.
questions asked.
Just a baby powder bottle.
And you
it's
put
got
it on
some
your
powdery
carry-on, or
substance.
did you put it in your
Yeah, my carry-on.
and straight through TSA?
Yeah.
You're a ballsy little son of a gun.
I couldn't do it, dude. I would
Yeah.
shit my
No.
pants.
I brought cocaine back on an airplane before.
How did you do that?
In my fucking
the baby powder.
not on my carry-on. In my check
Check
Your
bag.
check bag.
They vacuum sealed it and like had done something. I wasn't even allowed to see the suitcase.
Wait, how much
Are you
cocaine?
smuggling cocaine?
Yes,
now?
from California.
All right,
Bro.
hold on.
Bro.
Hold on.
We need a timeline here.
No, it's okay. Tell us the smuggling story.
Okay.
Tell us from start to end, you're smuggling cocaine from California to Ohio? Mm-hmm. Okay, please.
Yeah. Well, it was only one time. It was only one go.
One time.
But my friends, well, I called them friends. They were not friends. They were drug dealers.
Yeah. Okay.
So they asked me to go with them. I was like, fuck yeah. They bought me my plane. And I had a vacation out of it, you know? I was
Sure.
like, shit, I'm going. So I went out there. We stayed out there for a little over a week, and then we bring back the shit. We went out there, had fun, did a bunch of fun shit.
Yeah.
And I
Did
was
you-
just like his plus one. I was his date.
Did you
week
know
in
you were
Cali.
going to be bringing it back? Or
Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah,
you're...
like they told me the whole story. Like we're flying down there together. On the way back, you're going solo, bitch.
Damn, man. And then are you shitting your pants, like going through customs?
Yeah,
or
please
not
walk
customs,
us-
but-
They gave me a Xanax, and I was because I did fentanyl too. I don't even remember the flight home. I remember when we landed and we're sitting in the plane waiting for them to let us go, and I'm texting my friend like, meet me at the McDonald's by the airport.
How much cocaine? Do you have any idea?
I don't
You
know.
don't even
They
know.
would not let
So
me
they
see the
gave
suitcase.
you a suitcase, hid cocaine in it, checked it, and you smuggled it back from
Yes.
California.
And you
Yes.
never looked in the suitcase
Never
yourself.
looked inside the suitcase.
Man, dude.
We went to the house to get it, you know what I mean, and package the stuff. He had to buy me a new suitcase to take through, you know, whatever. So they're in there. I think they like ripped open the suitcase. They were like doing like surgery on that fucking suitcase, like stuffing it, but like I
in
don't
the
know.
innards of it.
Mhm. And then like putting things in there to like mess with the camera. I don't know how they did it, but they did a bunch of shit that I wasn't allowed to see. They gave
So
me
you
the
weren't
suitcase.
nervous at all about like I
Well, she was
haven't
all jacked
seen.
up.
I know she's all zannied out, but like even prior to that, knowing what you're going in, like oh shit, now I'm smuggling drugs across the country.
I got paid really well. And
What'd they pay you?
Yeah, what's the pay look like?
It was like $3,000. So, and then that
I'm
was
sorry, that's not enough money.
I don't know, 3,000 to a
for
junkie, like me.
and I got a vacation out of it, and I'm thinking, yeah. So it was good for me at the time.
really worked.
I
out.
mean, I guess that's fair. If I was
Yeah.
all
Right.
strung out,
I
I'd
dude,
probably
you would. I would. Man, I
3K.
told you the PlayStation 5 for $20.
Yeah,
So-
so
I guess I'm thinking like today, like there's no fucking way in
got-
hell
well, yeah,
I'm
you got
smuggling cocaine for
standards
$3
today.
grand.
yeah, we have standard
Like
10
more.
maybe
grams
like
shitter.
50 grand or like Jesus.
I know.
Because you're fucked. You get
Yeah.
caught with that.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah,
are
that's fed,
done.
right?
Yeah,
Fed time.
you are boned.
Yeah,
Man.
for sure. And I have a kid at this time. Everything. I was just not thinking. You know.
Just thinking about that money.
Yeah, and it talked.
Let's get to.
Talks.
Can we get to the good stuff? This is a lot. I mean, this is insanity.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah,
What's up?
let's get to my happy ending.
yeah, you're with the sugar daddy, right, at home.
Yeah, and
Okay.
You
then
fucked
he
that up, I'm assuming,
So
right?
yeah, on my vacation to Florida, I took some stuff with me. not enough. I got sick, and I'm like, we need to go home right fucking now. And
Oh,
he's
boy.
like, well, the plane's not until like a day or two later. I'm
Oh.
like, no, we're going
We're leaving now.
And he was like, why? I was like, because I'm fucking sick.
I'm dope sick,
yeah.
man.
So we fucking fly a silent ride back.
Oh, awkward.
And then we get back. I take his Lexus out for the night, and then I come back, and he was just like, I think I'm going to take you back to your aunt's house. I was like, that's
Damn,
fine.
you got dumped by the
When-
sugar daddy. Yeah.
When do you decide to get clean? Why do you decide to get clean?
So,
How does that look?
Legal trouble. That's it. That's all. I crashed my car like 2 times, got 2 DUIs within like 2-week time frame.
Oh, wow.
I crashed it, like popped 2 of my tires popped. I had to get new rims and all that shit. Got it fixed, and then literally 2
Same
days
car.
later, yes, crashed it again, and got DUIs both times. And the second time, I had drugs on me, and I was like trying to fight the cop and stuff. So I go to jail. My mom is able to bond me out. So I go to court.
What'd you get charged with?
It was reckless op and some other stuff, but I didn't get in trouble for the cop or nothing because, look, it was in Reynoldsburg. And the cop, they told me go to rehab. So I went to rehab, and they dropped all my charges down.
Damn.
I know. So I just have, like, driving charges. Like,
Just-
I have OVI. I have 1 OVI, and then reckless op, and then I can't remember what the other thing is, but it was something, like, stupid to do with a car.
Like fighting the cop. Like, do you remember this at all?
No.
No.
My
So you just,
mom,
like,
yeah,
heard
my
tale of
mom
it.
came and got me, yeah, and she told me. Everything.
And she did, like, you haven't heard, like, they said you were trying to, like, punch him in the face or anything like that?
Yeah, I really don't know the story, man.
Man.
But I know it went down.
Yeah.
So legal
good.
trouble pushed you to get
So
clean.
they said
That's what
either-
happened to me.
It was either go to jail and have all my charges. Oh
legal
yeah, so
trouble.
they
Get in
give me they
trouble,
give me
go to
court they
rehab.
order me to rehab, and I do that.
How long did you do rehab for?
So I did a detox, and then I went through a 30-day program. Then I went to Lighthouse.
Boom.
with-
What's Lighthouse? What is it
It's a
like?
rehab. It's a behavioral health program.
Yeah, it's long term.
Year-long
That's where the
program.
big boys go.
So I did Maryhaven and everything, went to Lighthouse, and then I was just getting my life back together. I lost custody of my daughter through all of this because one of my run-ins with the police towards the end, because I messed up a UDF like terribly
What
on
do you mean,
High
like
Street
going in there knocking shit over and
flipping out.
The UDF on High Street?
Yeah.
Poor
I bet you had a great audience for
Oh
that.
yeah, it was bad.
Why'd you do that? Just because you're
I was so high, I don't fucking remember, man.
man.
I
dude.
was on Xanax and fentanyl heavily.
Dude, Xanax really changes the game.
Yeah.
I was zombified, like,
Yeah.
badly.
And
like,
then the fucked up part is you don't remember any of it.
nothing. I know.
Any of it.
And then the cop who took me to my aunt's house, I got pink slipped that night too.
Mm.
Because I was like, I'm gonna fucking. Because he tried to take me to jail. I was like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Mhm.
And he was like, pink slipped her. So I avoided jail that way also.
Psych ward?
Yeah.
So what,
I was there
72 hour
for a
hold?
good- I wish. I was there for over a week.
Man,
Yeah.
any crazy shit in there?
Yeah, the people. Shit.
Okay, touche.
No, there's this lady my first day there. I'm sick, and I'm like, just trying to live. And this lady's so sweet and nice. The next day, I wake up trying to go out to use the phone. Totally different fucking woman, dude. It was like night and day. She's like completely different, like erratic and like screaming, and like her makeup's all like, it was so crazy. Like real crazy
this is
people
the
is
same-
a crazy
yeah.
thing to see, you know?
Oh, I know. There was a guy when I was in my mental institution. He was my roommate, so I'm dope sick day one because it's also a detox.
Oh.
I go in, and then there's this big giant man on his bed, laying asshole naked, like laying like a corpse on a table. And I'm like,
my
oh,
gosh.
I can't do this. But he moves rooms. This guy comes out, and they have like a boiling water thing for like oatmeal or coffee or
Okay.
whatever. So he comes out naked every single night, walks to this boiling water machine, and then gets a cup and then just dumps it on his head.
What?
No reaction whatsoever.
Yeah,
And just
that's
walks back to
It's
his
like
room
his ritual.
every single
Insanity.
night. And I was like, bro,
Is anybody else seeing this
like
shit?
nobody,
Yeah.
nobody cares. Like,
Well, I imagine people who work there are used to that
and
insane
just right on his
shit.
head. I'm like,
Boiling
because
water.
I've seen this water. I've used this water. I'm like, there's no way.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to be fucked. Man.
Holy shit.
Gotta be.
Where is he now?
Yeah.
I'm sad I didn't see a psych ward, man.
It-
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, you
It
missed
is
out,
nuts,
dude. You
yeah.
mist out.
It's good stories, but
is.
yeah.
Good
All right, so
God.
you get pink slipped.
This is all at the end, yeah. The pink slip and all this is at the end of my run, you know. I get in trouble at UDF, get pink slipped. And then, like, shortly after that is when I got my 2, you know, OVI
DUIs.
situations. And then, you know, dealing with the repercussions from that. And I go through Lighthouse, get a bunch of stuff.
Did you want to get clean, or were
No,
you like
I wasn't.
fighting it aggressively?
It wasn't that I was ready to get clean. It was just like I wasn't ready to leave that lifestyle behind. You know, it wasn't. I didn't want to do the drugs no more. Being sick fucking sucked. I had tried to go through rehab and like I did the detox, and then I got out, and I'm like, I'm still sick.
Yeah,
like this ain't right.
It sucks still.
And I still feel like shit, so I'd end up doing it, and you know, whatever, that vicious cycle. But this time I was like, my daughter's, you know, was on the situation with that because. Back to what I was saying with UDF, when I was in trouble at UDF, I said, like, where's my daughter? And the cop fucking called CPS on me because I said that. I didn't even have her at that time. She was my grandma. Yeah, like, I wasn't even in my care at that time. But because I said I had a fucking daughter, did all that. And then I failed for fentanyl a few times on my drug tests, which I passed a few, which I was surprised about. And then, yeah, so I got her taken and... just working through Lighthouse and stuff. Got a job at BJ's with everybody else at Lighthouse.
Smokehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the smokehouse.
Or the
yeah,
brewery.
the barbecue.
The
Okay.
brewery.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was waitressing there, and then moved back in with my grandma, and left Lighthouse because I got off my probation officer.
You graduated, didn't you?
No.
No, I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
How
You
long?
left.
You were there for a while.
I was
though.
there for a long time. I was there for like 8 months. I was in. I was about to be in 2-day.
Okay.
But I was just like, man. I had my job. I thought I had shit going on, you know. My PO said I didn't have to go anymore. It was causing more issues with work and my daughter and stuff. So I was like, whatever. Which looking back now, I wish I would have just been like I completed it.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, here I am.
Yeah, here
Not
you are,
too
man.
shabby, if I say so.
Oh.
And like, how do you know? And I always like wondered this for everybody. How do you know you're like really done?
Really done because
Yeah.
I don't even like honestly like when I have like I'm like. My back will be hurt. I'm like, man, you know, perk would be good.
Percocet,
But
yeah.
it's like, honestly, I really don't even, like, want to feel that high or anything. Like, I honestly just don't want anything to do
You
with it.
lost that desire.
I do smoke weed, so I'm not completely sober, and I say that, you know, I make that very clear.
And you're way better
I
off
know
now
I'm
than
not-
you were. That's the thing.
Right, that's how I look at it. And I'm not a fucking mess, and I got my shit going on, but I don't do drugs, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that.
So like, what's life now? Like you're working on
Yeah,
getting shit together. So we've talked about like credit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're doing adult things
Working
now.
on credit.
Working on credit.
Isn't that crazy? You got to
Paying
relearn all
bills.
that shit.
And this girl
Relearn.
is-
I never learned it.
Well,
This girl
right.
is a hustler, man. She's got two
I believe
jobs.
it.
She's got 2 jobs. Yeah, busting
One's
her
my
ass.
own business.
Yeah, no big.
What's that? Plug it.
I just
Plug
have a cleaning company.
What's
but
the
I
name?
don't want no more customers. But yeah, I
And-
clean, work at Mary Haven. My goals is I want to be an adolescent like therapist or counselor because my idea of it is if I can get them while they're young and
Get 'em,
going
yeah.
through their stuff and they have like a cool person who's also been through stuff and not like some old lady who's like by the books and
Yep.
like
Yep.
you know going to talk to somebody like that. I feel like if you come and see me, I feel like you'll
Like,
turn out
You got
pretty good.
real life experience.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
right
the
there.
thing. Lived experience, and I think we all know this, it pays off more than anything.
Way, yeah, I
Mhm.
respect
You
people
can
way
connect
more
with
that,
people on a different level.
Yep.
I mean, even what
True.
we're doing here is sharing lived experience, and anybody that's watching can relate to it
Mhm.
and see where we're coming from. Like you said, other than some person that maybe, you know, they have a degree and they went to school and they know what they're doing, but if they don't have lived experience, you can't connect on that same level.
Right. And I even know, like, in my dating life now, like, trying to find, like, a partner, it's hard because I don't want no straight edge guy who's never been through anything
Right.
or,
Yeah.
you know, grew up with a nice family and everything because we're not going to, like,
We ain't the
connect.
same. Yeah,
we're not
we ain't
going to,
the
I
same.
feel like there would be something hard
Need a couple
to.
scars and a couple
Right. I need
battle
you to have been
wounds.
through
A couple
some shit.
felonies.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we work at this treatment center. What's that like working with
Yeah,
people like
yeah.
us? Yeah.
You got any good
Gosh.
stories?
Oh,
Yeah, I
buddy.
do. And it's so funny because I work in an all men's
All men's.
unit.
Oh, boy.
So at
Okay,
first
so
I was like, what the fuck are you
I'm
guys
assuming
doing?
you have eyeballs just glued to you.
Yeah.
All the
And
time.
hear the little like whispers.
Yeah.
Especially from the other units. That's what's really funny. When we're walking through the hallways and they're like down there at dinner.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, psst, 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 and they like look straight at me. I'm just like, I don't even look at them.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
one bit.
it's, I sit and like I notice my reaction when I walk into the door from the clients, and then Yeah.
When
people
I walk in,
Ashton
they're like,
everybody's
"Ooh,
like liven up. So,
Oh yeah.
what the fuck, guys? Well, I get this.
Yeah, I'm here.
But she could be a hard ass too. I've seen her
Yeah,
be a
they
hard
call me the
ass. man.
believe
Terminator.
it.
Yeah, like
Which I don't understand why, but
I've seen her like lay down the law. Man.
Yeah, why are you
She's
the
got some-
Terminator?
I just think that people should follow the rules.
Yeah, we are shysters about rules, man. Like we don't.
At
fuck
least
around.
I don't
get
fucking
it.
write people up all the time.
Yeah. Oh.
You write people up? Let's
I'm
go,
notorious,
baby.
But I
He
gotta,
never
Let's
puts that
go.
pen down.
I
I'll
carry
tell
a
you
pen.
that.
Good.
Yeah, they call me.
I did the same shit.
Yeah, writing up's my thing.
They
It's
don't
like
call
my
you
power
nothing.
trip. They call me nothing, but an asshole behind my back when I'm not looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same. It's okay.
Yeah. And like I don't sleep with clients.
Me
so-
neither.
You don't either?
No,
That's weird.
but we do know somebody. That's
But-
for another
I feel like
episode.
that happens
Leave that
everywhere
part
though.
too, yeah.
I feel like that happens everywhere.
Yeah, man. Well, I proud of you, man. I've seen where
Thanks.
you've
Yeah.
come from, even though like you didn't see me back then. But like, yeah, I enjoy seeing, because you're a good kid, and I hate saying kid, but like, she's trying to get her shit together. So I see the work being put in.
And it's a different story. Your story's insane.
It is insane.
And
It is
like the
insane.
fact that
Yeah.
you're working at a treatment center and you have your shit, you got your custody of your daughter back.
Yep, I
Yes, she
did. Forgot
does.
to mention that. I did do that.
I mean, yeah, that shit feels really good.
It does. Yeah, for sure. When I did that, I like cried for like a day straight. Like when they were like, because I couldn't even get overnight visits with her. You know what I mean? It was like I could see her for a couple hours a day. Like, so that was even heartbreaking. And me and her, I had never been away from her that long because I had her whole life. You
Yeah.
know, my grandma would watch her for me when I'd go out on, a 4-day weekend or something.
Or to like smuggle cocaine.
Yeah.
from
Smoke cocaine
California.
cross country.
But yeah, like I don't think I've ever been away from her longer than like 5 days, really. And then being away from her for every day for like almost a year
Yeah.
was fucking shitty.
Did they let you bring her when you were in treatment? Because you could have like your kids over to the house, right?
But that was the thing. I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't because you weren't like legally there yet.
Mhm.
Man.
Yeah, it was just all bad.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, bud.
You're killing it, doing good things, helping other people in the
Trying to.
process, which is what keeps me sober. At least
Yeah.
it helps.
It's a good
So-
reminder where we work too. Is like,
Yes.
God, what entitled.
Yeah, there's like a different level of accountability. 'Cause
entitled little bitches
yeah,
we used to
you're
be.
like, I never
I know.
want to go
Yeah.
back to that shit.
Actually, I don't know. They have it pretty good. They save money. They
I mean, that's true.
free
Treatment, yeah.
rent,
Free
free
rent, yeah.
food. So
Yeah, bud. Thank you, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming out.
I
First
know, I
girl
feel like-
ever.
I never stopped talking. So sorry.
No,
That's
you're
good.
great.
That's good.
That's why we're here.
And like you're officially dubbed, like the first lady of Get a
Yeah.
Grip, man.
I know. Isn't that so special?
Next tattoo.
Thank you.
Get a
If we
grip.
pop off.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
right.
And then I'm gonna need money, sponsorship.
Gotcha. Well, let's make like the sugar daddy and dump her now.
Fuck you.
Sorry, too soon. Too soon.
You're the best.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'll see you
Thanks for having me.
tomorrow at
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
Sure
Thank-
will.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Did we hug it out?
That's it.
Me and you?
I'll high five you for
Hand
the first
hug,
time.
Hand hug. That felt right.
All right.
All right, that's a wrap, boys.
Holy shit.
Sit and sing Kumbaya. I gotta pee. You'll pee, man. I put the seat down for you.
That is so sweet of you.
That's what I do.
What a story. Holy fuck.
Yeah, bud.